happy Thursday. It is 9:30 a.m. Cotton Cuts time when you're seeing this video. I am actually in Hawaii today. It is not live for me because 9:30 Central Time is actually 4:30 in Hawaii. I am hoping I am asleep today. It is a beautiful day. I filmed this in the morning from the beach with the ocean behind the camera. It is a beautiful day. I am so thankful that I get to go on trips like this. I am in Hawaii for a small business owners conference. There are worse places to go, folks. I'm excited because I got to spend yesterday doing what quilters do when they travel. I had a full day to myself, and so I quilt shop topped. It's what I always do whenever I go someplace new. It's the mom tax whenever I travel with the children. They have to go to a quilt shop. And I have to say, the first shop I went to was amazing. It's one of those little hidden gems where you see it online and you're like, should I go? Should I not? And you go in and you cannot even begin to express how awesome the shop was. It was the single largest wholesaler of Hawaiian print fabric on the islands. And so it was a giant warehouse of just Hawaiian print fabrics. And I picked out a whole bunch because I'm not like, when's the next time I come back to Hawaii? And I might not get the fabric at home. And so I picked out like 10 different prints and I said, give me a yard of all of these. And they said it's $4.50 a yard. And I was like, okay, here's 10 more prints. I will take all of these. And so you guys, I'm going to show you this amazing like stash of fabric here that I grabbed at the shop. And so it is just a whole bunch of beautiful Hawaiian fabrics. Some are polyester, some are cotton. It is heavy. It is going to have to go on my checked bag and hopefully not put me over the weight limit. But I am going to be making a ton of pillowcases with this. This one I think is my favorite. And so this one is for the boy who sews, Dominic. Dominic loves pink and he is a 13-year-old boy and I am loving and supporting that as much as I possibly can. And so I got him a whole bunch of sea turtles on pink pillowcases. I think I'm going to be ambitious and try and make a Hawaiian skirt, but we'll see. So that was a lot of fun. I also, so I cross stitch and I found a needlepoint shop. And I went in and I found all of these cute little cards with Hawaiian alphabet. And I feel like this is my absolute favorite. I like little cross stitch projects. I feel like they're achievable. And so I just had a ton of fun walking all over the island, visiting all these quilt shops, seeing all these cool things. I hope you guys get a chance. If you've been to Hawaii, please share with us what you've done when you're here. Have you gone to a quilt shop? Which islands have you visited? Was there a fantastic fabric you got and you did something super awesome with it, or you got it and you didn't know what to do with it and it's still sitting in your stash and you're waiting for inspiration to strike? All that is fine and fantastic. Okay, so enough about this exotic location where I am hanging out. It is raining. It is, of course, early in the morning here, but hey, you know, there are worse places for you to hang out on a beach with rain. So we're going to start, as we always do every Thursday, with questions that have been submitted by you. I am going to use my cell phone because Paula just emailed these to me. We like to keep that element of surprise even when I'm not here. So our questions, if you go to cottoncuts.com/live to submit your question for next week's show. First question comes to us from Emily Robertson from Kansas City, Kansas. Hey, that's just right across the state. That's awesome. Emily asks, is it too late to order backing for Wild West? And also, what is the deadline to order flyaway? Okay, so all of this is fantastic, timely question. It's actually going to be on our updates here in a few minutes. So, Emily, our backing for Wild West. So our backing kits are already long since sold out. We don't offer any more backing kits. Within the next week or two, we're going to put up all of our extra fabric. So if you missed out on getting a backing kit, or if you want extra fabric for special borders or special finishing, or you want to piece your backing, all of those fabrics are going to be on the website in the next week or two. You can log on, purchase whatever yardage. This is whatever we have left over. Now, if there is a fabric in your quilt that you absolutely love and you want to be sure to get that, but we don't have it, reach out to us and we will send you links to shops that have it. We will give you the part numbers. We'll give you the order information. We'll give you everything you need to get the fabrics that you want for your quilts. The deadline to order flyaway is Friday. We always shut down signups for the mystery. When we ship Clue 3, we shut down signups. That helps our team be able to forecast for the next 7 months. That also gives us a chance to start preparing for the next mystery, because if you can believe it or not, Under the Sea is going to start at the end of May. And so we have to start shifting our team into preparing for that one. So signups end at the end of Clue 3. If you're on the fence, if you see a colorway for flyaway, you're not sure, you sign up before Friday, because after that it is done and no more. So thank you, Emily. These are fantastic. That's a fantastic question. Timely as well. All right, our next question comes to us from Tonya Braxton from Fayetteville. Fayetteville, could you hear that? Fayetteville, North Carolina. I heard you mention the new theme for the next puzzle mystery quilt. When will that be available? Okay, so Tonya, the new theme is Under the Sea, appropriate because I'm looking at the sea as we talk. And the next mystery quilt will be available for signups always the last Friday in May. So we'll put the colorways up on the website about May 1st. We're in the process of finalizing. We're looking like 2 more. We're so close to almost done. But the colorways will be on the website about May 1st with signups opening at the end of May. And then the first clues will ship the last Friday in July. So we've done that every single time we've done it. You can set a calendar to it. You can put a recurring meeting invitation, always the last Friday. Now, I am going to encourage you guys to get to that website early. Things do sell out, and unfortunately, we can't always get more fabric, especially in today's day and age when supply chains are getting smaller, when companies are ordering less fabrics. And so definitely make sure you order it. I know probably a question in the chat is going to be what's the impact on pricing. As of right now, we haven't seen any changes in pricing from our suppliers. And so we're going to try and buy as much fabric as we can before any sort of economic decisions are made on fabric to try and hold the pricing for you guys as well as we can. We definitely don't like raising prices. We don't want to raise prices. And so we're going to try and do everything in our power to make sure that does not happen. All right. Those are the 2 questions for today. Thank you so much, Tonya, and thank you so much, Emily. If you have questions for next week's show, go to cottoncuts.com/live, submit your questions there, and Paula will have them ready. I will be in studio, so I will definitely be able to have that print out ready to go. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to give general shop updates, and then we are going to rebroadcast a show from a previous week. Paula was going to show everyone the last puzzle mystery quilt reveal, so that way you can get a sense for what the PMQ looks like. We want to see you guys start putting together your Wild West puzzle mystery quilts. Take some guesses. I've already seen some things on social media. If you want to play with those pieces, lay them out and see what it looks like ahead of the reveal. And we would love to see how close you get. I think we're in 17, 18 mysteries. Only like less than 5 people have gotten it correct each time. And so that is fantastic. But I would love to see someone try. I would love to use that as a challenge. I would love to see you try and get close. Now, after that reveal video, you're going to want to stay to the end because we're going to have a question for a $25 gift card to our shop. All right. So what's happening in our shop this week? So clearly I am not there. So I am taking it on Paula's word that this is actually what's happening in the shop. So our mini mystery 5.0 on Saturday, my gosh, for you guys that joined us, it was so much fun. It was so much fun for us to watch all this process come together. It was so much fun to see the videos and how much you guys loved and appreciated that. It was a huge success. If you missed out, you can definitely still join. Head on over to that Mystery 5.0 Facebook group. All the instructions are there. All the videos are there. It was fun. And those blocks, I am inspired to see people making more and inspired to see people making quilts that are going to gift. And hey, this is going to be a Christmas gift idea. You guys, that makes my heart very happy. It makes me thankful that we participated in it. Now, our intention when we do the Mystery 5.0 in July was to not necessarily do things in the Facebook group, but given how successful it was and how much you guys liked it, and that mystery is on a much shorter timeline, we're going to see what we can do at bringing elements of what we did on Saturday to the real mystery in July, because you guys loved it. It was fantastic, and that was a lot of fun to have clues drop every interval and everyone be able to participate. Or if you missed it, you can still go back and participate. So we're going to investigate some ways in which we can make that happen for you guys when the real mystery comes along. All right. The last of the floral states is shipping this week. Whew. It has been a lot of blue fabric, you guys. I would love for you guys to comment and see how many yards of that sapphire blue fabric we actually cut. I'm going to be interested to see. I'll give you the exact number that we used for finishing kits at the end of my segment here, and we'll see how close. So how many yards of blue fabric did Cotton Cuts cut in the past month to make border kits for floral states? Flyway Clue 3 ships on Friday. We already talked about that. So gosh, this mystery is just chugging along. We're already on Clue 3. There'll be another mystery within a mystery that you guys will not want to miss out on. It's going to be a ton of fun. And there we go. This is also our first month of Platinum. Platinum is our ultimate member choice membership. You get to choose which Cotton Cuts product we ship you each month. Those emails went out yesterday for our inaugural platinum members. Just simply look and you're like, hey, this is great. Hey, normally I get this, but hey, let's try that. Hey, I want to try that. This is a fantastic membership option. We are so thankful that you guys have run to this so quickly. I think we survive on choice. There's always multiple colorways, there's always multiple subscriptions. And in this case, we were able to give you guys tons and tons of choices for platinum, and that makes us happy. Tim Holtz will be done shortly. It is so close to being done, and it'll start shipping as well. Let's see here. Oh, and of course I'm supposed to be talking about Under the Sea, but I already talked about that. We jumped that question. That's okay. All right. So with that, we're going to do the replay of the Tree of Life reveal, possibly. If it's not, that's okay, because Paula made an executive decision and I'm not there to change it. So we're going to be replaying a previous PMQ reveal. Now, Paula has edited it down so that way you guys can actually see the process and see the actual results. And I want you guys to use that as inspiration to start laying out your Wild West and see what you can come up with. All right, with that, here goes the reveal. And I will see you guys at the end for our giveaway question for this week. Today's the day. Today we get to see, they're kind of hanging out over here, so you might be able to kind of squint and see your colorway. But we get to see all the fantastic Tree of Life puzzle mystery quilts. These have been a project 10 months in the making. I see a lot of very anxious detectives checking in online. Okay, so what is this puzzle mystery quilt program that we've been talking about? So it is Cotton Cuts pre-cut mystery. We do this twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall, and we mail to you pre-cut pieces of fabric. Here is our chestnut colorway. You get triangle, square strips. You sew them back together and you set them aside. You do the same the next month and you set it aside. And then in the 10th month, today, we tell you to attach month 1 to month 7 to month 6 and actually create this awesome design altogether. Paula has me talking about this in a little bit, but we actually had you guys get out your design wall and play with it and put it together. And so we are going to put that up on our website for you guys to check in and see how close your fellow detectives came. So thank you all so much for submitting those suggestions, submitting your ideas. This one was fun. I think a lot of people got really close on this one. And we're going to check in with Ian and see how close he actually came to the final design as well. All right, so we are going to start with Sheila. So Sheila is my partner. She's been my partner for 8 years in this business. She approached me from New Zealand to launch this crazy, quirky die cut program in the United States. And here we are 8 years later. This is our 15th mystery together. And so Sheila is going to be joining us. I know she was having problems with the camera, but there she is. Holy cow. Good.
And can you hear me as well?
I can hear you. Good morning, wonderful. Sheila. What time is it on Saturday?
Plan B, which was the iPad instead of the computer.
Okay.
It is 7:16 a.m. here in New Zealand.
It's so early for you. It seems like it's been forever since I've seen you. What, like 5 days or so?
Yeah.
Well, Sheila and I saw each other at market. We traveled and we shopped for colorways and all things for everything 2025. But we have to come back to today. So Sheila, tell us about the Tree of Life puzzle mystery quilt design.
Okay, so every time I design a mystery quilt, I start off with square paper and pencil, and I just try and get some elements going that I'm going to use in the design. And with this one, I just wanted to make some element that you'll see in a moment.
Yeah.
And this thing reminded me of a tree. And so I thought, I'll call it the Tree of Life, because I love the idea of the Tree of Life. It runs through all cultures, all religions, it's everywhere. So no matter where you're from, what your background, it means something. Mm-hmm. And the Cotton Cuts team had a fantastic time coming up with these beautiful names, because my brain would have gone elm tree, ash tree, oak tree. But they've come up with these beautiful names. So I've got behind me on the wall one called Enchanted.
So Sheila, are you ready to show us the big design, the big reveal? All right, let's see.
So let's move the cover. So this is.
I need a drum roll. I need Dominic here for the drum roll. Drum roll, please.
This is Enchanted in the large.
Yes.
And this is, as Becca and Ian were just talking about, this is not my colours. I would never ever choose cheddar and navy, but I love it. So there we go.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Sheila, that the fabrics are so amazing. Look at that.
I absolutely love them.
So I remember I saw that fabric at market and I was like, Sheila, we have to do something in this colorway. It is popular. Yeah. People love it. It is great. And you were like, it looks awesome. It looks so great.
Cool. So as you can see, we've got this here sort of creating curves. It's the magic of creating. It's like the old string stitching, you know, where you could create curves with lines. And I just loved playing with that idea. Mm-hmm. But what you're going to see in other colorways is that this center part comes out in completely different ways. So different parts of it come forward and different parts of it sit back. But yeah, and for example, this fabric here is different to this fabric here, but you can't tell it in this design, but in other designs you will. So yes. There we go.
Yes, yay. So I love it, Sheila, because in the middle, it looks like there's 4 separate trees kind of coming out of a center kind of, it's got that kind of radial tree. Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So the enchanted we saw was the large size. We always do 2 sizes for our mystery. The large size is always 72 by 72, and the small size is always 48 by 60. And so as you'll see with the Cotton Cuts mysteries, it's not, the small is not then exploded into the large. It's not a bigger scale of the same design. It's actually the same core design, but with additional design elements to make it a bigger dimension. And so we saw the large. The large has all those extras around it. Okay, now we get to go talk to some of my favorite people. We get to go and out and see what other quilts have been made by the people who you guys have been watching on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok for the past 10 months. Next up on our list, it looks to be Sean, the guy who sews. And look at Sean's already ready. He's like, I don't need to like dilly dally around. I got my quilt because I'm on my lunch break and I got to get moving and I got to get back to work. Yes.
Exactly. Plus, I've never done a large before, and I was like, where am I going to hang this thing? So I found a little bit of wall space here, some painter's tape, and it's going to stay up there for the duration of the live, hopefully.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Sean, like, look at that. Like, it's beautiful, but yet it looks so different than the others, right?
It does. It very much does. And I love this colorway. Like, you know, me and batiks, I've done batiks every time up until Wild West. But yeah, this moment I pulled this out of the package, I was like, this is going to look absolutely stunning. But I was blown away once I pieced it all together.
Yeah, I mean, and yours, like, there's such a blend in your outer borders, and it makes that center white tree element just like pop off the camera, right?
Very much so. And it's even more so in person. Like, I just could not get the lighting right to show you in the live, to show you just how bright and that sort of thing it is. But it's absolutely stunning. I'm really looking forward to quilting this and then, you know, doing something with it.
Mm-hmm. Now, so my question for you, so you've done a lot of batiks with us. And I know we get this feedback like, oh, it's another batik colorway. It's another purple colorway. And people are like, they feel like they're doing the same thing over and over again. As someone who's sewn a lot of the purple batiks, do you think they're the same every time?
No.
Okay, good. That's the right answer.
Lavender was a lot of purples, altogether. This time around, I like the contrast and the variety of colors that were included in this. It wasn't just a bunch of purples. The white jumps in and pops out so much, especially here in the center, the blues and that sort of thing there. I was a bit worried about the batiks for, I think it's whatever one Wild West is. I thought that'd be very similar to lavender, but having seen the clues, that's not the case as well. So yeah, as someone that's done it several times, I do see a nice change. So if you do enjoy purples, there are wonderful options, and I've loved working with the batiks.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those things. So you know the colors, right? Because we give you that in the wheel. And every now and then I will say, okay, so this fabric is more prominent than the others. But you really have no sense for what proportion each one of those fabrics is actually going to be. And you know, I can't tell you, okay, the lightest color in your colorway is going to be the center tree element. because as we've seen, like Enchanted has the darker elements as the tree. So it can't really tell you which is more prominent than another.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Sean, what's one tip you would share with detectives sewing the puzzle mystery quilt?
Well, I was going to give the same tip as Crystal did about the 1/4 inch seam. So I'm going to go to my backup, which is I love that if you can prepay. That way you're only waiting for the postman or the postwoman once. And then if you're international, if you prepay, the shipping's on them. You don't
Yep.
have to pay $50, $60, $70 to get it shipped to Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Sweden, or wherever else you may live. So, if you're living outside the US and you want to join in, you can. There may be a little bit of duty that you have to pay, taxes once it arrives in your country, but it's usually like $20 or $25. It's not a huge amount. So do not let that dissuade you from signing up for a future project.
I think that's so. I love that every time we talk to you, you bring that up. Obviously, you're not from the United States with your accent, but I wanted to make sure that we can include as many detectives as possible with this program. And people are always like, I live outside the US. I have to pay $25 a meter for fabric. I could never participate. And I was like, we can come up with a creative solution. And that's really where the prepaid option came from. And it is actually cheaper for us to mail one package to Australia than 10 packages inside the United States. And so I was like, this should be free. This should be something that we can offer for everybody. But I'm giving everyone fair notice for the next mystery. We're cutting off prepay enrollments with Clue 1. So we're not going to continue prepay enrollments after Clue 1 ships. We'll still do month to month after Clue 1. But if you love what Sean says and you want to prepay for the next mystery, you have to do it before Clue 1 ships. You heard it here first, people.
It's good for me to know, so that way I can promote it that way as well.
Yeah. It's one of those ones. It takes one person one full day to make a prepaid quilt. And so if people sign up late, like I have to pull one person off to do that. And so we're going to cut it off. And we'll still sign up people month to month after that. That's absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all. All right.
Yep.
So Sean, how can people find you after the video to sew along with you for Wild West?
Okay, I've actually got a time lapse coming out in about 45 minutes to see this thing come together over at The Guy Who Sews on YouTube. So go check out that channel as well. I do have a presence on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm not as active on those. So if you want to see me, come check me out on my YouTube channel.
And what's the channel? What's the platform you and I were talking about last we spoke? The new platform, the chatting, the community-based one. What's that one?
Discord.
Discord. Yes, thank you. You're also on Discord as well.
Yes, but that's under a different name. If you go to one of my videos, I have the link to join up there. It's called the Quilters Collab, because I originally started it with some other quilters.
Fantastic. All right. So my next thing for you is the Boy Who Sews wants to do a collab with you at some point when he's home for winter break. So
absolutely, I'd love to do that. Just get in touch with me and we'll figure out a date and a time. I mean, that's something I've wanted to do myself. So yeah, I'm definitely on board with that.
Yeah, we'll get my people, Paula, to get with your people, and we'll get the Boy Who Sews with the Guy Who Sews together.
Well, my people is just me, myself, and I. So.
I was teasing. I was just making it up. Yeah. Yeah, Dominic looks up to you. He loves your stuff. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. We'll put something together.
Great.
All right. Thank you so much, Sean. As always, I appreciate your support. You are awesome. I love the quilt. I hope you love it as much as we do.
I really do. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Sean. Have a great, go back to work. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right. I'm checking to see who's next. All right. We have Amber coming up next from So Majestic. And she's like, you guys are like prepared. You don't want to deal with the like Ian where the like whole thing comes crashing down on you.
Well, there's such literal little space. I actually have it clipped like to the wall on a snowboard. So it's like if I don't put it there, I'm not sure where else I would have room for it. I'll be like outside in the street. So it's just easier than me trying to hold it. Plus I'm short, so
you could do the like, okay, I'm gonna have a really tall person I like have for the day, and they just like walk in and then walk right out.
That's so funny. Yeah, I have to do that a lot sometimes.
That's okay. We all have our professional quilt holders that we do photos with. So, okay, so Amber, welcome. All right, so tell us. We'll start first with the quilt behind you. What did you make?
I have the large moonlit. I'm so inspired by seeing with the extra borders now, with the pillows. I'm like, man, I need to get the extra fabric so now I can add on. I can make the pillows. Like, I love it. I'm so happy with it. I love the theme of Tree of Life, and like the centerpiece really reminded me of like a Celtic knot. So I
Yes.
really love how we're talking about how the Tree of Life appears in, you know, all cultures across the world. It's very inspiring.
Yes. So you love the process. You loved the sewing the fabrics together, the whole bit.
Yes.
It was good for you. Okay, good.
Yes.
So Amber, how many mysteries is this for you?
This is my fourth one, my third as an ambassador, and then my fifth one is Wild West.
Yahoo! All right, so tell us, what is your one insider tip you would share with people?
I would say have fun, and then join the Cotton Cuts Facebook group and Sheila's Mystery Quilters Facebook group, because I have the best time posting in there. And I go there all the time. I love seeing everybody post their progress with the flat Nancy's and just talk about the joy that they're having sewing the quilts. So those are two communities that if you're not already a part of, like, you definitely have to join them.
I love that group as well. I love it when people post pictures and they're like, I'm so nervous. I've never posted a picture on social media before. Be nice. And those groups are always so supportive, and they're just cheerleaders, because everyone's posted their first photo, right? Everyone's been in the, this is my first PMQ. Everyone's been in the, I've never sewn a quilt before. So like, it is just such a fantastic cheerleader group of people. I love it.
Yeah. And even as an ambassador, I was like, this is my first time doing a large, and this is my first time doing a neutral colorway. So even as ambassadors, like, it's a lot of firsts for us as well. So no one needs to feel funny or anything. Definitely participate.
Yeah, I think it's it's such a kind community too. Everyone's very, very supportive. And if people post a question, I mean, I'm a fast Facebooker. Like, I'm fast to comment, but there's like 6 people that have already responded before I can even get to it. I'm like, oh, they got it. They're good. They're fantastic. I love the community, Amber. Thank you so much for mentioning it. Okay, so Amber, what colorway are you sewing for Wild West?
For Wild West, I'm sewing a large Josie, and Sean reached out to me because we saw Ian and Becca having so much fun choosing each other's. So Sean and I chose each other's colorways, and he did a phenomenal job. Like I said, this is my first neutral, because normally I go bright, colorful, and I wasn't sure what he was going to pick, because I told him, you know, it's okay if it's something completely different. But he chose some pretty bright colors, and I love it so far. I can't wait to see it come together.
Yay! All right. So Amber, how can people find you? Where's your primary communication?
Yeah, so I go by So Majestic. My 2 largest groups are my Facebook group and TikTok. I started going live every Tuesday night, though, at 8 p.m. Eastern on both TikTok and YouTube. And I also have an Instagram presence, so all over the place.
You're live on TikTok every Tuesday?
Yes, I started doing that the last 2 months, and I've been having so much fun. Usually, well, with the Tree of Life and Wild West, like, so 2 weeks I was doing a clue. The other 2, it could be whatever I'm working on at that time.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't even know lives on TikTok were a thing, so I've learned something new today.
Yeah, they're quite fun.
I know there's like the live sewing, but I like the concept of like a live sewing, so we can watch you sew. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then, you know, if I mess up, you can see me corrected all my mistakes, or, you know, the sewing machine jams. Like we were talking about earlier about being actually live and all the stuff that can, you know, go right or wrong.
I know. My favorite videos are when I see someone with the fabric get sucked into the machine, and I'm like, I know that one.
Yes.
I've been there.
Yep, been there.
Or they're sewing along and they're talking away, and then they take their project out, and the bottom thread, they ran out of bobbin like 6 feet earlier. Yes, I have. Yes,
that was me putting this together. And one of my time lapses, I'm like, oh no, I wonder if you can see it.
Or I like to play bobbin chicken, and I look, and it's like counting how much fabric is left on a bolt of fabric. And I'm like, do I have enough to make it? I'm gonna live dangerously. I'm going.
Exactly. That's the way I live.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic, Amber. Thank you so much for your support. As always, your quilt looks amazing. I am so glad you took a chance and did the large. It looks awesome. And as always, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye, Amber. We'll talk
Bye.
soon. All right. Next up, we have someone who I just saw. Okay, there we go. Next up, we have someone who I just saw like at every event this weekend. Hello, Beth. How are you?
Good. How are you? It's so good to see you again.
Oh, it's like, so for everyone's, so Beth was at Quilt Market, and so we kept running into each other. She came up and she's like, oh my gosh. And so she showed me her quilt, and it was funny. She had it on her cell phone, and she was like 6 people this side of me. And so she turned it upside down and made them secretly pass it down to hand it to me so I could see her quilt. And like, she's like super prepared. Look at this, Beth. I love it. Tell us about your quilt. Give us the good scoop. Give us the good word.
So this is the Olive Grove Small, and I got too excited to quilt it and bind it. So next time I'm going to tell myself to slow down and wait for the extra borders because those are looking amazing on everyone else's quilts. But this fabric is so gorgeous. I swear it was designed for the pattern. It's just so pretty, and it looks like it's radiating almost.
Mhm.
I am so in love with this one.
Oh my gosh, you were like, when you were talking to me about it, you were glowing. Like,
Yeah.
I could tell, like, this is not something, guys, she's just telling you because we're on this show right now. Like, she
Yeah.
legitimately really, really likes this quilt.
Yeah.
Now, so Beth, I am super proud you're still standing. It's my understanding you've been sick all week. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I got home, I got a fever. I swear my body was like adrenaline, and then once I got home, it was like, you're done, take a nap for like 4 days.
I know, and you don't have any littles at home that depend on you to do anything,
No,
right?
and those littles don't get sick when you're sick, right? So it's been easy sailing this week, but we're finally to Friday, and I'm like, this weekend will be a good buffer, hopefully between next week where we can kind of catch our footing again.
Yes. Okay. So Beth, this is, I think, probably 4 or 5 for you, right?
This is my third. Yes.
Yes. I think Wild West is 4. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what is your one tip you would share with a new detective?
This is something that I struggle with when I'm doing traditional quilting is ironing at the end and pressing my seams to where they nest. And that's one of my favorite things about getting the instructions and the clues in the mail is that you include that. And then when I'm putting it all together, I know if I have the placement messed up because the seams won't nest. So it's like a quick indicator of like, oh, you need to go back and look because these should be nesting perfectly. And so that's been like one of my favorite like saving graces when sewing my puzzle mystery quilts.
So I love that. I love, a lot of people say press per the directions, right? And we give that to you, which to me, to be clear, I didn't know it was a thing until about 10 years ago. I quilted for many years without realizing you actually needed to press in a certain direction. But I think your tip there that you just said, as people are putting these together, if your seams do not nest, stop.
Yep.
Because it means something is probably misaligned, off, turned, or rotated in the wrong direction. Beth, that is an incredible tip, that the way the puzzles are designed is every seam is supposed to nest. Oh, I am being asked to make sure that you show your backing to us because evidently
I found
to behold.
This was like an impulse buy. So this was one that I had in my stash, and it's got like polar bears and stuff. You know, when you go to a quilt shop and you find a fabric that you like and you're like, I'll take 5 yards. And then you're like, well, what am I going to use this for? When I was putting this together, I had an aha moment and I was like, wait, that fabric that I impulsively bought several months ago is perfect for this quilt. And even my husband came down, he was helping me set up and he was like, oh, that's such a good match. So that's like my favorite thing to do is to try to see if I have anything that fits. But yeah, I love it. It's so perfect.
So this is the second thing I've learned from you, Beth. So you as a long armor, when you go into a quilt shop and you impulsively buy fabric, your standard unit is 5 yards.
Yep, I'm getting a backing.
For me, I'm like, I'll take 1 yard. I'll take 2. If it's something I have to really like it, I take 2 yards. Otherwise, I'm a half yard. You're just like 5. You
5
just
yards.
Go big or go home. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. Beth, oh my gosh. As always, it has been a joy and a pleasure. Thank you so much for putting this together. I think next time we're going to try to get you like here. Yes.
Yes, because I'm not too far. I'm in Kansas City, so it's just a short little drive up your way. So
yes, you will get to see all the fantastic behind the scenes things of how we try to make sure things don't fall over.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Beth, as always, thank you so much for your support. You are awesome. And it was fun running into you. And I can't wait to see your Wild West quilt come together.
Yes, thank you for having me. You have a good day.
All right, thanks, Beth. Bye. Okay, I think we are to our last ambassador who has been hanging out in the middle of nowhere in the woods by himself. Can we get Ian up there? Hello, Ian. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
So I think you've really upped your game this time. The like actually going out in the trees to talk about the Tree of Life quilts.
I mean, it's called the Tree of Life, so I kind of had to be out in the wilderness, and I'm very lucky that it's warm. I apparently brought the heat from Texas up to Northern Virginia because I'm out here in shorts. I'm like, it's a beautiful day for November
To
1st.
be clear, you brought the heat north to everywhere. Like
Yeah,
it is
apparently.
obscenely hot everywhere.
Yep,
That's the Kyra you have.
Yep, I did pass through St. Louis on my way here, so apparently it just followed me through.
It did. It is just the heat rises. All right. So Ian, how many is this for you? Is this like 12?
10. This is number 10 for me.
10.
Wild West is number 11, and then the next one that will be revealed is number 12.
Woohoo, that is awesome. Okay. So Ian, so you've been doing this for a long time.
Oh, wow.
What is the one single different tip that you would give folks?
So everybody took mine. Everybody took all of the tips that I had. So my tip to everybody is just do it. Just buy the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. Just do it.
I like it. I think if we started putting out just do it though, a pretty big company might come and squash us.
Probably.
Yeah, like we might get in trouble. Yes, you're just saying. You just said it, not just me. So yeah,
right, exactly.
I love it. I think it's a just jump in, right? Yep. Like we have, and I will turn your tip a little bit. So we have the try before you buy, right? So if you've never done this before and you have no idea what this looks like and feels like, we've got the free try before you buy on the website, and we'll send you a free clue, and you can sew. Oh, just sew it. Everyone. So we're getting comments. Just sew it, just quilt it. Just do it anyway. There we go. Okay. I love all these people getting around the infringement claims. I love it. All right. Okay. So let's get to it. So you talked in the introduction about how you were very nervous about this quilt and how you didn't like it when you were, which is a surprise to me that you did not like it. But so show us this magnificent creation you've made.
So
guess what? Hold on. Before we show. Tell your cameraman to go back. All right, so Paula wants me to check in with you. How close were you in the final design deck?
Yeah, so I got close. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time. As many people know, I was moving from Texas to North Virginia. I didn't have as much time to sit and kind of mull it over and try to figure out what it looks like. So I took a stab at it. I got pretty close, but unfortunately just didn't quite get a few pieces in the right direction. But I'm still waiting for my ribbon from last time. I think that must have gotten lost in the mail with the Clue 7s.
I'm gonna like punch that over to. I got people for that. Remember with those people? I've got a person for that. She will get on that. Do we actually like get him a like? Maybe we'll get you a little mini trophy.
There you go.
There we go.
No, I got close on this one, but like I said, if I could have had more time to sit and mull it over, I think I would have gotten it. But I had so much going on trying to pack up an apartment and coordinate movers and all that. I just didn't have the time to sit with it.
Well, so we had a lot of folks that, you have inspired people to get out their puzzle pieces and actually assemble it before the reveal. I am impressed. I think we had over 20 submissions. I want to say we're going to put them all in a gallery. And
that's awesome.
I think almost 20 out of 20 had the center tree right. Like they had the center pieces correct. I think where it fell apart for everyone was the borders on the outside. I think the way those kind of flow and the kind of root elements kind of trip people up a little bit. I would say most people got the center piece. It was the outside pieces. So Ian, thank you so much for inspiring people to try that, because that was fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear that so many people tried it out.
I mean, you're inspiring them to do that, and then we ask them for it, and then they send us an email. It's really easy stuff here. All right. So Ian, show us this quilt that you made.
All right, everybody ready? Here we go. So this is, the wind has taken it a little bit, but here is my Tree of Life.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
It is super bright, but I really love, once I put the green border on, it really toned it down and made it like, I really like it now. It mellowed it out, because when I was putting it together, the yellows and the oranges were like smacking me in the face. But I love that it toned it down. And it's interesting too, because as everybody's been talking about it, they're like, oh yeah, these are trees. The funny thing is, I actually see this from a tree from the top. And these are the roots coming out from the tree itself.
Back, Paula.
So there you go.
All right, bring it back, Paula. Yes, I'm sorry. No, so whenever we like
okay.
zoom in on you, you can't hear me, and I'm sitting here going, "Bring me back, Paula. Bring me back. Bring me back."
I know. You got quiet for a second, and I'm like, "Oh wait, she's off the screen. That's right.
Yeah.
You can't hear her." But yeah, when I was putting it together, it looks like tree roots to me, and it almost
Yes.
looks like you're looking at the tree rings inside.
You are so so it's one of those like you have to, and again, it's a quilt, right? So the closer you get, you see different elements, and with yours, the further back you get. And so from yours, I can see the root element to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the orange in the next border, the one we haven't really talked about, feels like it's a deeper root than the yellow
Mm-hmm.
that you see, right? It feels like it goes into the quilt with what you've got.
Yep.
Fantastic. Ian, that I am impressed. All right.
Thank you.
So what is next for you? You've moved, you've settled. Give us what's new on your channel and how can people find you?
Yeah, people can find me on I Sew Live every Sunday on YouTube, off Kilter Crafter Ian on YouTube. And then Becca and I have, as you saw at the beginning of today's live stream, Becca and I have started a new endeavor on podcasting. So we have started the Sew Off Kilter podcast that comes out twice a month on YouTube right now, soon to come to other podcasting platforms, the Sew Off Kilter podcast.
Awesome. I love all of that. I listened to you guys' first podcast. It was so much fun. You two have such banter together. It is very enjoyable to watch. You guys balance each other. Yeah, it was awesome. You guys did great. All right. Thank you, Ian. As always, hopefully you left breadcrumbs and can find your way back to the city and we're not going to be sending out a search party for you.
I maybe a deer might help me find my way back.
Like wrapping the quilt around a deer and like riding into the city. That would be
yeehaw! No, that's Wild West. That's Wild West. We'll do that next time.
Save that one. We're gonna put a pin in that joke and come back to it. All right, Gabe. Is that everything? Okay. All right. Now we gotta go get ready for Wild West and fly away. All right. I think that's everything, guys. As always, I appreciate all of your support. Without you guys, we don't get to do things like this. We don't get to put pretty things out into the world. We don't get to make fabric creations and inspire people and get people who might not be able to sew back to sewing, or people who have never sewed sewing. So without you guys and your incredible support, we don't get to do what we do. And we love it. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our ambassadors. I appreciate all of my employees who consider like the highest standards when they're putting out this product. Our complaint rate is so low, you guys. And I just love everything they do. And I appreciate Sheila and all of her creative genius.
And that's the reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed making this video from Hawaii with my new Hawaiian shirt. All right, so the question for the $25 gift card, find this video on Facebook, on YouTube, and leave us a comment. When you travel, do you visit quilt shops or do you not? And why? And perhaps share with us your favorite destination quilt shop. Say you were on vacation in Alaska and the quilt shop at the Juneau port was your absolute favorite. Or say your favorite quilt shop is the one down the street from your house and that's the one you love going to. So go ahead and answer that question. We will pick one lucky winner to get a $25 gift card to our shop. I will see you guys next week. Aloha and mahalo. Bye now.
Bye now. And cut. Thank you so much for watching our video. We have so much fun making these, and we hope that you were both delighted and inspired by what you just watched. This video was sponsored by Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is your one stop for all the best fabric and thread memberships. Love fabric? We've got you covered. Love thread? We've got you covered. We get that no two quilters are cut from the same cloth, which is why our memberships are as unique as you. We also have the largest block of the month in the world. Over 4,000 detectives solve our puzzle mystery quilts every year, and you can join them. Simply go to cottoncuts.com to learn more about all the awesome and fun things that we're doing. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our new fresh content every time it comes out. Thank you so much. Happy sewing enthusiasts, and we will